So let's talk about education. We have a viewer from Nisswa who notes that in 2011, with a budget deficit, the legislature gave a public schools a 1% increase on the formula. This viewer thinks, in light of the surplus, that an increase of just 1 to 2% isn't enough. There should be more. What's happening on education? Maybe we should start with you, Senator Pappas.
No, I'm happy to chime in here because I think that the House and the Senate and the governor did come in low on, especially on the formula. I mean, the governor's very strong on universal preschool, and the Senate had a very robust expansion of the school readiness program, which is for 4-year-olds, and the House had a very robust expansion of the scholarships for low-income kids to pay for early childhood education. And so there's a lot of support for early childhood. But I do think that we've been hearing a lot from our schools that, you know, that's 1%, 1.5%. It's barely enough it's not even enough to cover inflation. And that when you get more experienced teachers, they draw in larger salaries because of steps and lanes, and we just really need to put more money there on the formula. And so I think that everyone has gotten that message. Our schools have been very, very vocal. And so I'm very hopeful that we're going to end up with at least 2% on the formula and some expansion in preschool. And then, you know, for me as an inner city legislator, we need early learning. We need language learning for our immigrants, and we have a lot of special ed kids, and we have a lot of poor kids. So we certainly need kind of special funding to deal with those issues. But I think everyone universally agrees that, you know, if you don't have the basic money for your schools and you're laying off teachers, that hurts everyone.
I can add a little bit to that. And I would agree with all that Senator Pappas has said. I do think that there is a better way, actually, than the governor's proposal. And his proposal was that universal kindergarten, which, of course,
4-year-old.
Universal pre-K, universal 4-year-old. And, of course, the House didn't have that money. And actually the Senate put some in school readiness, which kind of could be used for that. But I prefer a much more targeted approach, which is the early learning scholarships. So the high quality preschool, making sure it's available for children from low income homes. Doing that rather than the universal pre-K for everyone allows more money than to be put on the formula. And I think that's where our school districts want it. They want that local control. Our school districts are very different. I've toured the state, and I'm telling you, every district is incredibly different, what their needs are and how best to solve those. And so when you put money directly on the formula, it gives the school districts more flexibility to better handle those. So I'm hoping at the end of the day that we have more money on the formula, not universal pre-kindergarten, but we put more money into the early learning scholarships, target those resources. And we've had great success with that, great support. I supported the governor's initiative in prior years for the early learning scholarships because they work.
And I'm somebody who wants all of the above. So I like the scholarships, but I also like the 4-year-old programs for school readiness. And partly it's because 20 years ago I was a co-author of that program. And it is targeted because it starts with the low-income kids. But it is, and it's in both our public schools and in private facilities.
Senator Pappas, I'm going to go to the rest of our panel in just a minute, but maybe as our veteran legislator here, can you tell our viewers where this education thing is right now in terms of the process? You know, whether we've got competing bills, conference committee, agreement, leadership. Where does it stand?
Well, all the omnibus bills, as we call them, omnibus financial bills, need to have a joint target. Like the House spends so much money, the Senate spends so much money, the governor proposes so much money. So the three entities have to get together and figure out how much each omnibus conference committee is going to have, and then the conferees should really figure out how that's spent. It doesn't always work that way as ideally. Sometimes the leaders say,
well, there's the textbook way and then the way it works in real life.
That's the idea. Yeah. So all the conference committees are hung up because those basic targets haven't been determined, and it's very, very late. I mean, this is Thursday night. I don't think I've ever seen targets this late. You know, sometimes there are other global issues that aren't resolved until the last minute, but generally the conferees have targets to work from. So the fact that we only have 2 omnibus bills that have gotten targets, the judicial omnibus bill has a target, and the higher ed bill has a target, but that's all. So we have still hanging out there E12, as we talked about, we still have hanging out there. Health and Human Services, we still have tax bill, we still have transportation bill, we still have environment and ag, and a jobs and energy bill. So that's a lot left to receive targets.
And those targets come from an agreement between the governor and the leadership of the House and Senate,
That's right, between the
So-
speaker, the majority leader, and the governor.
And so these meetings that leadership's been having, this hasn't been about, you know, what's wrong with the wild or whatever. It's about what the target numbers should
And
be.
it's money,
Yes.
you know, they're not really discussing policy. And I think that a lot of the policy, and there's a lot of differences between the House and the Senate, is just going to get left by the wayside because we have to keep government running. So that's our priority. And, you know, it probably was better if you had an independent bill at this point, because most people think putting their issue in an omnibus bill is a safe place to put it, but I don't think this year. I think it's better, like the flame retardants or some other bills, to have been separate.
I don't mean to have avoided you, Representative Howe. Pre-K, tell us your thoughts on that.
For me in my district, I've got 7 different school districts in my area that I serve, and for the most part, I believe one of them actually likes the universal pre-K. The rest of them all don't want any part of it. Not that they don't want any part of it, but their biggest problem is they don't have the space, and there's no funding to add that space, add those teachers. And that's a real problem for them, and that's going to come right back on the taxpayers, and it's going to be a local referendum issue, and that's the issue. I do believe that it'll also hurt a lot of our private businesses that are in the business of private pre-K, and I think that's a jobs thing. That's a real economic impact to my area. So I like the scholarship piece of that. I think that's an important, and I believe we properly funded that, but I also believe that once that gets solved, that universal pre-K gets solved, I do believe there's going to be some money to help with that formula piece, and I think that would all come together.
Well, we did make a big step last year with doing all-day kindergarten, and that's something that I've advocated for 20 years, which shows how effective I am. Right? But
Persistent.
I mean, that was a big step to go to all-day kindergarten, and it's very, very popular. I think every school district in the state but one has chosen to. It's optional for school districts and optional for parents, but it's very, very popular with parents. And so I would rather see a more of an incremental step. So we expand learning readiness, we go half day. My school district has 7 all-day 4-year-old programs and 38 half-day programs, and can do some expansion, but you're right, space is an issue. I mean, obviously it doesn't have to be in school buildings, it can be in other community centers or churches or even private homes. You know, you can use the private sector to help with that as well.
That's one of the great things about the scholarship alternative. Parents can choose to use those wherever they want. They can choose to use them at the local school district, and many do. They can choose to use them at the family child daycare down the street or at the center daycare, and that's kind of, I think, one of the there's a lot of beauties, I think, of the early scholarship model, but part of it is the targeting resources, protects the private sector, and empowers parents to choose where that should be. So I'm very cautiously optimistic that we'll see some good investment in those early scholarships.
Representative Hanson?
What I'm mainly hearing from my district is at a time of surplus, and we've got the surplus there, that why can't we at least get 2% and 2% on the formula? I'm hearing some from the private businesses, but it comes back to the district and the flexibility. And I look at our experience with our family, and my son has been through special education. He has dyslexia, and that intervention makes a difference. That early intervention makes a difference. So when you are putting the money into the formula and giving the flexibility to the local districts and being able to make sure that the kids that need help are getting the help, they can thrive. And that's where the consistency and the ability to make sure that the districts know what they're going to get and that they can plan for it. I've heard anecdotally from some other members that there are districts that are concerned they don't know yet. They don't know if they're going to need to go to the levy because here we're doing this at the last minute. So getting this on the formula, getting the 2%, I think is really critical.
There was a recent report out, too, that showed that school districts have received adequate funding increases to cover inflation, but not adequate funding increases to cover the increased cost of health care and pensions. So, and we know that those costs are escalating. So I think we're all in agreement here. Let's get it on the formula.
Well, it's, we'll see how that develops over the next 72, 96 hours and so
Right.
forth.